Welcome to our fall travel show. We're glad to have you join us. Be sure to ask about discounts on some of the great tours we're going to show you.
Softly crunching snow upon the ground in the town. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes, pine boughs scent the air, cares turn into candy. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, Christmas Eve is nice and sweet, no shame and fear. I've never been from positive, from decoration. You a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. My soul magnifies the Lord. Good tidings for Christmas and a happy new year. Oh, bring us. We light up, we won't come down, and the boss can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's hanging over you. Oh, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy new year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Jingle bells, all the way it's jingle bells, jingle bells. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight.
Join us December 5th through 9th for an Amish Christmas in Shipshewana. It'll be a great place to enjoy the Christmas season and maybe get some shopping in. The morning of day 2, you'll arrive in Shipshewana, Indiana, just in time to catch a bite to eat at the auction restaurant. Explore the Shipshewana Across the Road Indoor Market, where you can shop from the 50-plus vendors who offer unique gifts, local crafts, and a variety of food items. This afternoon at Davis Mercantile, you may want to visit the 3rd floor for a ride in the 1906 carousel, or visit JoJo's Pretzels for a pretzel-making class. In the evening, you'll tour an Amish home. The tour offers a unique experience to learn firsthand about the culture and faith of the Amish and enjoy an authentic Amish-prepared holiday meal. The morning of day 3 is at your leisure. Perhaps you could do some holiday shopping, try any of the exceptional food offerings, or take a traditional buggy ride offered right at the hotel. Following lunch, there is a guided tour of the Mennonite Interpretive Center, where presentations and colorful displays take you on a fascinating journey inside the unique world of the Amish and Mennonites. Dinner tonight is at the Blue Gate Restaurant and Theater. This Amish-style restaurant is located in the heart of Shipshewana and includes a traditional Amish meal served family style. Following dinner, enjoy a Christmas musical experience featuring Daniel O'Donnell. As you begin your journey home today, you'll stop at the RV Hall of Fame. Explore at your leisure the exhibits of RVs dating from before World War II. You'll get home with some packages and perhaps some Amish treats to wrap and enjoy the holiday season on your Amish Christmas in Shipshewana, December 5th through 9th. A Twin Cities holiday featuring the St. Paul Hotel. Join us December 13th through 15th. Arriving in the cities in the afternoon, You'll have a guided tour of the Cathedral of St. Paul, the National Shrine of Apostle Paul. This cathedral is recognized as a historical landmark and one of the most prominent buildings in the city. Later in the afternoon, you'll have a guided Christmas traditions tour at the James J. Hill House. This evening, you'll check into one of the nation's premier hotels, the St. Paul Hotel. During the holiday season, its splendor dazzles even more with their stunning holiday decorations. The morning of day 2, you take a guided tour of the Norwegian Lutheran Church and their gingerbread wonderland. Your tour includes a history of the church and explains Norwegian Christmas traditions. Back at the St. Paul Hotel, experience a live radio play of It's a Wonderful Life. During the performance, you'll be served a delectable 3-course luncheon. We'll take in a holiday performance at the Ordway Center of Ever After. Of day 3, you're off to the landing for a Folkways of the Holidays experience. The holiday traditions of the 19th century in the Minnesota River Valley come to life in this unique historical village, complete with costume interpreters, enjoying live demonstrations, horse-drawn trolley rides, folk art performances, and more. So this year, tie up the Christmas season with ribbons and bows and join us on a Twin Cities holiday featuring the St. Paul Hotel, December 13 through 15. A trip to paradise on a Hawaiian cruise. It's a great way to see a lot of islands in a short amount of time. You have 2 days in Maui, 1 day in Hilo, 1 day in Kona, 2 days in Kauai, and a day back in Oahu to give you time to do the Arizona Memorial. Are you ready to get out of the cold and snow? We've got a couple of great options for you. On our Daytona Beach Winter Getaway, January 18th through 26th is our group tour, and we do need you to sign up by October 10th for that. Otherwise, we have multiple departures where you can go down to Daytona, spend the week on your own, and get out of the snow and cold.
This is the Nautilus Inn in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm going to give you a little tour of what you can expect at this hotel. It is oceanfront.
Join us January 23rd through 27th as we travel to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Southwest Tours will pick you up at one of our departure locations and take the group to the airport. Your flight brings you to Nashville for your tour of Music City. Your first stop upon arrival is at the Santa Fe Cattlemen's Club for live entertainment and dinner. You'll check in later this evening to the renowned Opryland Hotel. This impressive hotel features indoor and outdoor pools, 9 acres of lush indoor gardens, and a cascading waterfall. Your stay here also includes a ride on the Delta flatboats inside the hotel. Day 2 begins at the iconic Ryman Auditorium, once home to the Grand Ole Opry, for a guided tour. Hear the backstage stories, get to know the legends, and learn about the Ryman's complex journey from a revival house to the world-renowned performance hall. Following lunch, settle back for a Nashville City sightseeing tour where you'll see Music Row, Honky Tonk Row, Centennial Park, and more. After free time at your beautiful hotel, you're off to Blake Shelton's Old Red Restaurant for dinner and entertainment. Be ready, you never know who might take the stage. From up-and-coming artists to surprise celebrity guests, you never know who you might see. The evening of Day 2 concludes with the Grand Ole Opry radio show at the Ryman. This weekly country music stage concert is the longest-running radio broadcast in U.S. history and honors country music and its history. On Day 3, your day is free to spend at your leisure. Perhaps you'd enjoy taking the hotel shuttle to the Opry Mills Mall, or to take a tour of the Grand Ole Opry building, or maybe go downtown to Lower Broadway, or you could just sit back and relax at the hotel and enjoy the pools. The choice is yours. This evening, we head back downtown with dinner and live entertainment at the Wild Horse Saloon, which specializes in barbecue, music, and dancing, all the necessities for a great time in Nashville. Day 4 begins at Studio B for a tour. This tour takes you behind the scenes of the once recording home of music titans such as Elvis Presley, Chet Atkins, the Everly Brothers, and more. Following the Studio B tour, you're free to explore the Country Music Hall of Fame at your leisure. Here you can learn the history, traditions, and cultural importance of country music. In the afternoon, you'll tour the Johnny Cash Museum, where the largest and most comprehensive collection of Johnny Cash artifacts and memorabilia in the world can be found. You'll also have a chance to visit the Patsy Cline Museum, which celebrates the life of the legendary songstress and features hundreds of never-before-seen artifacts and personal belongings. So join us on our Nashville City of Music tour January 23rd through 27th, and sign up soon as this is a small group tour limited to 30 guests. Join us for our warm weather mystery tour. We're not going to tell you where you're going. We're just going to tell you it's going to be warm, and we're going to fly there. Join us January 25th. Can you envision yourself in Las Vegas? We sure can on our Envision Vegas tour February 3rd through 7th. Your accommodations will be at Bolly's on the Las Vegas Strip. You'll get to walk the Las Vegas Strip. You'll have a Grand Canyon West and Hoover Dam tour. You'll see a great show and have some exciting time. Whether you like to gamble, people watch, or attend the shows, this is a great trip. But we do need you to sign up by October 15th. Southern Texas, February 8th through 20th. Day 2 begins with a tour of the National World War I Museum and Memorial, the nation's only public museum dedicated to World War I, with a large collection of photos, weapons, and more. In the afternoon, you'll have a guided tour of the Precious Moments Chapel, which is filled with colorful murals inspired by the Precious Moments figurines. Day 3, we arrive in Oklahoma and explore the Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum at your leisure. This memorial is dedicated to remembering those who were killed, those who survived, and those changed forever by the 1995 bombing. Day 4, you learn the details of the world-altering event of JFK's assassination at the 6th floor museum. You'll continue on to Daley Plaza and the Kennedy Memorial, located just steps from where JFK was assassinated. In the afternoon, you'll have a self-guided tour of the George W. Bush Presidential Center, which includes both the Presidential Library and Museum and allows you to fully immerse yourself in the history of the presidency of George W. Bush. In Houston, you have a guided tour of the Sam Houston Memorial Museum. This museum is dedicated to the life of Sam Houston, an American soldier and politician. Following lunch, there's a guided tour of the Texas Prison Museum. This museum offers an intriguing glimpse into the lives of the state's imprisoned citizens and those who guarded them. Your final activity of the day is a visit to a Hindu temple. Experience a Hindu temple with traditional architecture and exhibits on their religion's history. Day 6 begins at the Space Center Houston, highlighting all eras of U.S. space travel with over 400 things to see and do, including the Starship Gallery, guided NASA tram tour, the Astronaut Gallery, the International Space Station Gallery, and so much more. The afternoon of day 6, you'll enjoy a guided private Baywatch dolphin tour and view the dolphins in their natural habitat. You can't be next to the ocean without having an included delicious seafood dining experience.
Howdy folks, welcome to San Antonio. Everything's bigger in Texas, and in the Lone Star State, it doesn't get more huge than San Antonio. Over 20 million history buffs, fun seekers, and would-be cowboys stampede San Antonio each year, making it the most visited city in Texas and one of America's top tourist destinations. Remember the Alamo? It's impossible to forget here in the heartland of Texan rebellion. More than 2 million visitors a year pay their respects to Davy Crockett and other patriots who fought for independence from Mexico here in 1836.
Later, we'll visit the Tower of the Americas, including the observation deck and 4D theater ride for a sky-high view of San Antonio.
Day 8 begins with an iconic Rio San Antonio river cruise, where your guide will entertain you with stories from the rich history of San Antonio. In Waco, you'll have free time to explore and shop at Magnolia Market at the Silos, made famous by Chip and Joanna Gaines from the television show Fixer Upper. A visit to the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame and Museum will give you an appreciation for the legendary symbol of Texas in the American West. You'll then have a guided classic Waco tour, which includes the Brazos River, Chisholm Trail, and Baylor University, just to name a few. This tour also includes driving by some of the homes that were featured on Fixer Upper. Day 10 starts with a roar as you visit the Fort Worth Zoo, featuring over 7,000 native and exotic animals and named the top zoo in the nation by Family Life magazine, the LA Times, and USA Today. After lunch, you'll have an authentic Fort Worth tour that'll cover the history of the city, starting from a lonely outpost on the western frontier to the major cosmopolitan city it is today. Watch as dollars are printed from an enclosed walkway suspended above the production floor at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Over half of the nation's currency is printed right here in Fort Worth. Following lunch, explore the Oklahoma National Stockyard City, home to shops that specialize in all things Western, great restaurants, and the iconic Oklahoma National Stockyards. Day 12, you arrive in Kansas and enjoy a guided tour of the Museum of World Treasures. Experience a trip through time as you view real dinosaurs, ancient civilization exhibits, including 2 Egyptian mummies, military history exhibits, frontier exhibits, and more. Enjoy a guided tram tour of the Kansas Underground
Be careful
Salt
of the
Museum.
gap there. Be ready for the wind or the air circulating out of the mine.
We're the only one in the Western Hemisphere that you can actually go into a salt mine and tour. That is not something that is generally offered.
You're arriving 650 feet under the Kansas prairie. Temperature is 68 degrees, and in the museum area, 40 to 45% relative humidity year-round.
Underground, to me, is very calming, very quiet, gives you a chance to collect yourself and relax and enjoy history. Who knew that inside my number counting brain that I liked history, but it's pretty awesome.
And you can actually look like you're slaving away in the salt mine.
But imagine filling these by hand, breaking up rocks small enough that you can get them that high into an ore car. No, thank you.
Here's a drill hole that you can actually look down into. We're a museum that you can touch some items, you can watch some items, and you can experience some of the items.
The other business in the mine is underground vaults and storage. We cannot take you to their facility. It's very secure for their clients, but they do have an exhibit for you to come and see. They store predominantly for Hollywood, lots of movies, television series, and for this exhibit, they've been able to procure costumes, props from Hollywood. This one happens to be from Charlie's Angels. This was the fire suit for Cameron Diaz. Total mind darkness is when there is no light to allow your eyes to focus. They continually try to focus. And we do that so that people get an idea of what it would be like to be a miner and to lose their power, their light source, whatever. A true miner can find their way out of the mine in the dark by following the floor pattern and the patterns on the wall. I'm not there. I would need some help.
So join us for our Southern Texas tour February 8th through 20th as we explore a state so big and diverse that at one time it was actually a nation of its own.